If you look in the Bible, every time somebody is committing idolatry is when they take something that is not God, not sanctified by God, and they make it to be God by sacrificing to it. That's biblical idolatry, and that is not what we do.
And where can I find those? If you know, like off the top of your head, like what passages they can find, find that.
You said what?
That's a where I can find like passages where people were doing that. Like just
Oh
like an
yeah,
example.
I'll show you. I'll show you right now. Numbers chapter 21, I believe. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so Numbers chapter 25 verse 1 says, "And Israel remained at Shittim, and the people began to play the harlot with the daughters of Moab. Indeed, they called the people to the sacrifices of their gods, and the people ate and bowed down to their gods. And Israel joined themselves to Baal of Poer, and the anger of Yahweh burns against Israel. And Yahweh said to Moses, take all who are the heads of these people and execute them in the broad daylight before Yahweh, so that the burning anger of Yahweh may turn away from Israel. So Moses said to the judges of Israel, each of you unalive his men who has joined themselves to Baal of Poer." Right. So we see here that the idolatry that they did committed was this sacrificing to their gods, to false gods
Mm.
that aren't sanctified by God. Right.
So they exalted them.
Yeah, because the sacrificing is adoration to the true worship that's due to God and God only. And that's why it says that they joined themselves to him, right? When you this is also why like the sacrament of the Eucharist is such a not a symbol, right? Like it's quite literally when Jesus says that if you do not eat my flesh, not drink my blood, you have no life in you, right? And it's how he is in us and we're in him. We are joining ourselves to him because that is the sacrificial worship of how you join yourself to a god or God. And so when the Israelites made these sacrifices to the Moabite gods, they joined themselves, right, to a false god, which is why they're called a harlot, because a
Oh,
harlot a harlot is someone who sleeps with other people, right? So sleeps
right,
around. And when you sleep with somebody, you are joining yourself to them. That's why Adam and Eve are one
right.
flesh. That's what Paul talks about, right?
Because